Good morning, KMS. Today is the 9th, and we're going to switch gears and we're going to start doing some CAD, some computer aided drawing. So far, white team, your portfolio should look like this. You should have a coding page. Okay. I have extra stuff on mine. The only thing that I need from you is to have your game shared and posted on your site. Okay. So you want to have the embedded code on your site along with a description. That would get you full credit. How do you know if you got full credit or not? Go on to Classroom, right? And you can go to your, just gonna think about its life here for a second, but you can go under your classwork tab here, and this right here is gonna get dragged down. So far you have two graded assignments. Did you make your portfolio on the first? And do you have a grade? Things are graded if they're turned in. Did you submit your portfolio? So the only thing again is you have a home page with your name on it and you have the game that you attempted to do. If you need help with that, please email me and we can work together today to get that all taken care of. So CAD, why are we doing CAD next? Computer-aided drawing is a way for you to design things digitally. You're going to need to program things, basically tell them what to do, and you're going to need the thing to be told what to do. So we're going to actually create things on the 3D printer, and we can do that with CAD. So please open up this direction. So basically I said like, hey, these are going to be your grades as of this week. So far you have the first two. It's not this day yet, so you don't have to worry about it. You're going to sign up for TinkerCAD. So when you click on this, it's going to bring you to a spot where you can sign up for my class. So you're going to say that it's you and you're going to sign up with your Google account. Okay. I already have a TinkerCAD account. So once you're able to log in, let me just see, you're just going to end up going to TinkerCAD. Okay. Now, Autodesk Inventor, it's like Microsoft, it's like Windows, it's like the program to use to design digitally. We're going to start off with some simple things that can be 3D printed, and we'll talk more about that later. You're going to end up creating a custom dice today. You can design as many things as you want, and these things can actually get made at school. So let's start off with the custom dice, all right? So I'm just going to close this out. You're going to end up clicking on this link. So again, everything is like right on the written directions. So you sign up for it, and then we're going to start on the starter dice. Okay. You're going to end up opening up lesson 3 and click on the blue Tinker This. So if I click on here, this way it kind of gives you like a basis to start from. Today's goal is that you understand a 3-dimensional world that you can design in. So here's what your dice will start as. So I'm going to scroll down. And on the left-hand side, it says create dice in TinkerCAD. Okay, it's going to be this blue or this green thing here. And it's going to say like, hey, do you want to design? So you're just going to click this blue Tinker This. All right, so we have an account on TinkerCAD and we opened up our first file that we're going to basically edit. So the thing that I really want you to know is that it's a technical drawing. It's a CAD drawing. So it's a computer aided drawing. So you have to look at it in different views. Up here in the top left, if you have a mouse, your life is like 10,000 times easier. But you can click and drag this block around and it makes your views look differently, right? If you wanted to look at the left side of your object versus perhaps the front, versus perhaps the top view. Worst case scenario, if you like get all sorts of like weird on here, you can always go home, right? You can click this home button and it'll bring you back to here. So basically in a CAD environment, all right, we're gonna be able to 3D print this. Our 3D printer starts off laying down stuff on this work plane. So if you can imagine, this is like a flat surface that you can build off of. So these two dice that are in here, they're shaped differently, so you can pick whichever one, but you're just going to pick one side and see if you can click on the red text. You'll know that it's red because it says it's red right here, but you can actually change whatever that text says. So why don't we put, we're going to make it a custom dice. You can put your name on it. So I'm just going to put like my last name. Now again, today's job is just to get used to the environment. So if you want to look at the front view, you may be able to click on your text and you can actually bring it so it's smaller. And you can you can always undo. That's what makes it tricky, is that you have to you're constantly moving things around, and bringing them up or down, left or right. So again, you have 3 dimensions, right? So we talked about this a little bit in Scratch, where you had a Y and you had an X. Well, the 3rd dimension means that you can make things 3D. You can make things go up in the Z direction. So this Heinz is kind of like out of nowhere, right? So you're going to have to navigate around and just see if you can adjust. And you can always go back. Like worst case scenario, bring it all the way back, and just see if you can adjust it. So then all the different texts are going to be all different, right? So maybe you go on the top. You can change this to maybe if you want to label the numbers. We have people label different sides to make a game. So we've had kids do different workout plans and use this as a dice that they roll and do for gym class. Whatever text that you want to put on here is fine. Just make it all different. So even if you wanted to label it with numbers, you could do that. So maybe this is side 1. So again, by stretching things out, you can navigate things around and have it look the way that you want. You can change the color of things, right? So people like to make things look pretty colors, but I've never used a dice where the numbers are coming out. They're always kind of pushed into it. So these right here are solids, right? You can either have something that is an object or it's a hole, it's not there. So what you're going to end up doing is edit all the text so it says something different, and then you're going to change it to be a hole, right? So it looks as if it's not really there, right? Well, what can we do with this? Once we change all of these to holes, and just pretend that I changed the text on this, you can group things together. I'm going to highlight and select all of these things. It says I have 7 shapes, and that's because a dice, a cube, has 6 sides. So there's text on all sides. So there's 6 boxes of text, and there's a cube. So that's how we get 7. If we combine them all, so right here, we're going to group them all together, it takes that and really makes it into one thing, right? So now you can see, I'm just clicking on my mouse, I'm right clicking. You can actually have the text go inside of the dice. All right. So I'll show you an example in class. Basically, the goal today is to get used to using this orbit tool over here. Again, you can always click at the home view. If you have a mouse, you can roll in or roll out, but also you can zoom in on the side here. So today is just getting used to here. It's also just getting used to editing something that's already there. So again, when you click on something, you can change the size of it. These numbers are measurements. Everything's measuring in metric on here, so we can be super precise. But again, today's goal is just trying to adjust all the text, and then we're just going to have this. It's going to be in your TinkerCAD desktop area. Okay, so hopefully today, guys, you're just getting used to, again, navigating it around. Your text will all be changed on one dice only, and then at the end of it, definitely highlight everything, and you're going to end up grouping it all together. All right, let me just recap here. If you get lost, you can always go back to TinkerCAD, this logo up here, and you can go back to your desktop area. It ends up saving things automatically, which is nice. And we're going to be designing a bunch. I just wanted to give you kind of a heads up today of how to navigate the software. So please, on Google Classroom, open up the written directions, check to make sure that you have grades for the first and the eighth, sign up for TinkerCAD, and start editing the dice. Okay, so this will explain how to do that. I'll walk you guys through it. Here's our goal is that you have one dice that has all the sides labeled, and we'll end up adding that to your portfolio later in the week. All right, guys, happy Tuesday. We'll do a live demo of this morning, and then if you guys have any questions, please email me. All right, happy designing. Good luck in TinkerCAD, folks.